head to the dollar store or the thrift store to grab some plain glass vases to decorate with vinyl. So I decided to do a floral pattern with vinyl on my vases. So I just went into Design Space and I picked like a wildflower stencil pattern, just rotated it 90 degrees, and then I resized it. So my vases were 11 inches around. And so I sized it to like roughly 5 inches by 11 inches. And then I decided 5 colors was a little bit too aggressive for me for layering. So I used the color sync option in Design Space to like drag and drop to combine some of these layers. So instead of having to cut 5 colors of vinyl, I only had to cut 3. And then I was using dark pink, light pink, and teal. So I just kind of recolored, changed the colors here to so I can kind of like visually get an idea of what this was going to look like. And so then I was happy with that. And then it was time to add registration marks. So I'm not like a Cricut expert, but I do know how to use registration marks to layer vinyl. So you just want to add a couple of triangles, one for each color. So I needed to add 3. And then change the color for each triangle to match each layer of your vinyl. There I've got 2 pink and 1 green triangle, highlight all 3 of them, and then align them centered so they're all on top of each other, and then duplicate that stack of triangles. And then you want them to be aligned like on the same plane, so you just center them vertically and then nudge them up so they're right next to your pattern. You only want them to be like an inch or 2 apart. And then from there, just select, like highlight each element of the same color, and then you unite them together. So that way when you cut it, everything is arranged the way it should be. And then go ahead and cut this out on your Cricut machine of choice. I was using dollar store vinyl, which is considerably thinner than like the Cricut brand vinyl. So you may want to do a test cut. I also found it easiest to use not a regular grip mat, but a light grip mat, just because otherwise it was too sticky. And I found that sometimes my dollar store vinyl was like ripping and tearing and it just didn't work as well, but the light grip mat worked great. So then I've cut my 3 colors of vinyl and I weeded it. I really actually was very impressed with how nicely the Dollar Tree craft vinyl weeded. It didn't give me any problems. It was super slick. I was expecting to have more issues, but I didn't. And then once I had all 3 of my colors weeded, then it was time to use transfer tape to apply. So the Dollar Tree rolls kind of are, they don't smooth out very nicely. So I had to use masking tape to kind of lay everything flat so I could get a nice smooth application of the transfer tape. You want to make sure the transfer tape is level with those registration marks. So make sure those registration marks like are even with the line or the little grid on your transfer tape. Then use a smoothing tool. And then it's time to apply that first layer of vinyl to the vase. So my vase is obviously more than 5 inches tall, but you want to like line it right up with the top edge of your vase there and just start in the center. And those grid marks are a lifesaver here on that transfer tape. And then just start in the center and then smooth all the way around. There's going to be like a little bit of overhang on that seam with the transfer tape. So you got to like smooth down one end of the vinyl and peel back the transfer tape and then smooth down that other edge of the vinyl or of the transfer tape, excuse me. Because I think my vase was like a little less than 11 inches all the way around. I had a tiny, tiny bit of overlap with my pattern. If you wanted to avoid this, you could just cut your pattern smaller, but this worked out really well. And then just smooth everything down and peel away your transfer tape. And then you want to repeat this process with your next color. So I did the dark pink, and so here's where these triangles come in really handy. You just line up the two pink triangles on top of the green triangles, and then your design lines up perfectly. And then repeat the exact same process with the light pink, triangles on top of triangles, and then peel away the transfer tape, super slick. And then you have this cute little floral pattern with 3 different color vinyl on your vase. And then you just can peel away those triangles and throw those away. And then I wanted to do kind of like a color block look to cover the bottom part of the vase. So I just cut a piece of vinyl and I smoothed it around the bottom of the vase. So this took a couple tries. I had to like lift it up a few times to smooth it out to really get an even application with no air bubbles. So take your time, like start in the center and then smooth all the way around and then smooth any bubbles down towards the bottom of the vase. And then to finish it off, I just turned the vase upside down. I trimmed off one of the tail ends of vinyl because I didn't want the vinyl overlapping because it would look darker and funny. So I just kind of trimmed it there. And then you can cut 1-inch slits in the vinyl at the bottom of the vase so that you can then fold the vinyl in so the base of the vase is covered. So just cut little slits and then smooth each little piece down. Easy peasy. So I ended up doing this on one smaller Dollar Tree vase, and then I did a larger vase with the exact same method on, I think it was just like a thrift store vase. It's like a standard one that a lot of florists use. And then I just displayed some Trader Joe's fresh flowers in my 2 little vases. This would make a fantastic Mother's Day gift, a teacher appreciation gift, a housewarming gift, hostess gift, you name it. But feel free to get creative and change up the pattern and the color to really match your design and preferred style. I do hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Until next time, happy making.